My abduction began long before this man physically ever touched me. It began 8 months earlier. It began the very day we first made virtual contact.
If I had had even the most basic software that blocked chat rooms, we may have had a different outcome.
A harrowing tale of a young victim kidnapped by a sexual predator she met online. With odds of recovery at about 1,000,000 to 1, this young woman was very fortunate to have been rescued. Her mother, who you also heard right there, saying what a lot of parents need to hear. She now wishes she had monitored her daughter's online activity more closely, a crucial step in keeping children safe in today's dangerous world. We're pleased now to be joined by internet safety expert Donna Rice Hughes. Donna's also a commentator and author, and she is the CEO and president of Enough is Enough, the group behind a new Internet Safety 101 campaign. Donna, we really appreciate your time here tonight on Newsmax Prime.
Thank you for having me, JD.
Now, Donna, we saw a portion of a report from CBN, and we understand from that report as many as 1 in 5 children under the age of 7 use the internet without adult supervision. That is a staggering number. So what is the first thing you tell parents to do when it comes to their young children and the internet?
Well, we tell parents, whether it's young children or older children, that they are the first line of defense to protect their children from any type of danger online, from pornography, which is in abundance online, from sexual predators, keep them safe on social networks, online gaming. So parents really have to extend their parenting skills to the online world. And we created this Internet Safety 101 program that you mentioned. And in fact, Alicia, who was you showed a little tape on her, and her mother, they were actually in our Internet Safety 101 program, and some of that footage came from them. So yes, there was just so much. Parents have got to get on the ball and know what their kids are doing and learn all the different things that they can do to make sure they're safe.
So Donna, you've created that Internet Safety 101 program. You have the real life experience of the mother and the daughter right there. During the few minutes we have, I understand you've developed some suggestions of things parents should be doing when kids go through different age groups. For example, from elementary school to middle school to high school. Are there 3 quick reference points you can offer to us in terms of I guess we say the parenting skills needed with kids at these different age levels?
Well, the first thing I would say is your child is not immune. So even the youngest child can accidentally get to a site that could be very dangerous just by clicking on the wrong button. So it's very important to implement from the very beginning all of the software tools that are available to you, filtering, monitoring tools, that kind of thing. With younger children, we don't even recommend that they're on the internet, but are in the safe zones of the internet. Even YouTube now has a YouTube Kids channel and that kind of thing. So keep them in more segregated areas so they can't accidentally get someplace that they shouldn't be. And all the time from the beginning, keep lines of communication open with your children. You have to start having that internet safety talk from a very young age on a regular basis. So you can't just have it once and be done with it. So know what your kids are doing, know their activities, use the software that's available to you, and stay on top of what they're doing, because it's a virtual world and our kids are living in that virtual world as much as they're living in the physical world.
And because of that, and because as children get older and go through adolescence, there is a notion of privacy or a reluctance to share with parents. And you talk about technology. Snapchat, for example, there's a post that disappears and supposedly is gone, but with Snapchat, that's not necessarily the case, correct?
Well, that's true, and it's been very popular among young people because they assume that everything's going to go away. So there's a lot of sexting that's going on, and in fact, sexting is now one of the top public health concerns in the country. Number 6, internet safety is number 4. So there are big issues going on. So there are ways that parents can protect their children on apps and even decide what apps they're going to let their kids use. But here's one of the cardinal rules online. There are no take-backs and nothing's really truly private, because anything you post, even if it's on Snapchat, somebody can grab it and make it very public in just a matter of seconds.
Donna, you touched earlier on pornography, and obviously that is a problem across the age groups on the internet, but so many children get exposed to this and become addicted to porn at an early age via the internet. Now, psychologist Judith Reisman has an interesting take on this. She says the kids are not the ones to blame. Listen.
We show them those pictures, we show them those acts. They will do that because that's what children are supposed to do. Does it destroy them? Yes, it does. Is it their fault? No, it's our fault.
And when we take a look at different ways to get on the internet, do we limit? You talked about, for example, YouTube for kids, but is it even the services to which we subscribe for the internet? Are there strict filters? Is there any program out there that can really help us protect our children's innocence?
Well, there's so many software programs, and we've got a lot of them listed on our website. I first of all recommend that you look to see who your ISP is or your wireless carrier and see if they have parental control tools, and if they do, use those, use the filters, use the monitors, and use the time limiting software, because there's great tools there. So parents, if they can just understand that technology is their friend, but they have to use it. Filters don't work if they're not turned on. And then there are other off the shelf types of products like Covenant Eyes. Norton has a great product, and so they're everywhere, and you can just go to our site at internetsafety101.org. And in fact, some of the clips you use just there from Dr. Reisman is from our Internet Safety 101 program. So we have a lot of that video on our website, and they're great teaching tools for parents so that they can get equipped. But some of the video you can even show your preteens and your high school age kids to start the conversation.
And we hope you'll start that important conversation with your kids at your house. Now, before we part company for the weekend, you and I need to have another conversation. It concerns Donald Trump's selection of a running mate. If you've been watching this program over the past couple of months, you know that I was all in for Newt Gingrich's Veep, but that doesn't mean Mike Pence's chopped liver. Governor Pence used to be Congressman Pence, and serving with Mike in the House, I got to know a man who is a rarity in political life, someone who is genuinely gracious. In 2006, when I lost the seat I held in Congress, some of my colleagues avoided me as if my defeat were contagious. Not Mike. He put together a special order in the House highlighting the achievements of his soon-to-depart colleagues.
I can't help but feel, Mr. Speaker, that we have loaded the bases, and the babe is about to come to bat. With that said, allow me to yield such time as he may consume to our last speaker of the evening, Mr. Speaker. He is the gentleman from the 5th Congressional District of Arizona. J.D. Hayworth represented Arizona's 5th District, which includes Scottsdale, Tempe, and its environs, first elected in 1994. He was the first Arizonan ever to serve on the House Ways and Means Committee, which is one of the most powerful legislative panels in Congress. Since coming to Washington, D.C., Mr. Speaker, as anyone looking in tonight might also know, he has become simply the most prominent Republican on the airwaves of the nation. Whether it was radio talk shows, whether it was television programs, on every single network, there has been no more compelling voice for conservative values, no more compelling voice for a strong stand on immigration in America. There has been a no more passionate voice for conservative fiscal and social policies than the gentleman from Arizona, and I yield such time as he may consume. Mr. J.D. Hayworth.
Mr. Speaker, I thank my friend from Indiana for an overly generous introduction, and one that I will cherish and agree with wholeheartedly. And I still agree with it 10 years later. Mike Pence will make a great vice president. That'll do it for tonight. Have a great weekend. Stay brave, stay free, stay tuned.